Hi everyone, my name's Kaylee Holaday and I'm doing my project on the effects of technology in the classroom on learning and development in early childhood education. So, for the important purpose, classrooms are increasingly relying on technology these days. They all have tablets and computers and different online applications, and many questions still remain if technology is benefiting or if it's harming student development, especially younger generations like elementary. And the purpose of this study is to examine the effects of classroom technology on literacy, numeracy, and just their overall development. The study is important because many schools are starting to implement technology without fully understanding the effects on young learners. And just as someone interested in education and early childhood education, I just kind of wanted to explore both the benefits and the challenges just to kind of get a better understanding and be able to know a little bit more going into it. So for my research questions, they were how does technology usage affect literacy skills, numeracy skills, your overall development, and student health? And this connects to my educational passion of improving and supporting early childhood learning outcomes, like I just said. For my sample, it was a population of kindergarten through eighth grade students at one public elementary school that had low current technology usage and very diverse backgrounds. The sample I chose was 40 students that were randomly selected across multiple grades, and there was two different groups. There was an experimental group, which was a group that we incorporated more technology with during class, and then a control group that was just traditional, their way of learning with low technology usage. For some of my key terminology, I put classroom technology, which is just tablets, computers, applications used in class. Literacy, which is like your reading, your writing, your listening and speaking skills. And then numeracy, which is your math skills. And then social development, interpersonal skills, language communication skills. And then I put pretest and protest or post test, which is just the measurement and before and after the study to see if there was any change or growth. For my literature review, I reviewed peer-reviewed research on technology in K through 8th education that focused on literacy, numeracy, and then social and development, like total development outcomes. All these sources I found were published within the last 15 years, and I included more than 5 references. Some of my literature review was, or all of my literature review were focused on the effects of technology in early childhood education, the impact of technology on literacy development, the impact of technology on numeracy development, and the effects on development outcomes. For my methodology, I used mixed methods research, which I used quantitative and qualitative methods. So for my quantitative, we did pre-test and post-test on literacy and numeracy scores. So basically, it was an 8-week study, and we had the experimental group and the control group, like I just explained, technology, not technology. And then it was an 8-week study, and then there was a pretest and a protest on their literacy and numeracy skills. And then also with this, with qualitative, there was teacher and parent surveys on the 8-week study, and there were classroom observations on their change of engagement, their collaboration, and their overall social skills. Like I said, the participants were 40 kids, K through 8th grade, and then there were also teacher and parent participants for survey and observation reasons. And then the groups were experimental group and control group, and then it was an 8-week study. So how they were surveyed and interviewed, so there was teacher surveys, there was a Likert scale and open-ended questions. There were parent surveys on student technology use and behavior. There were classroom observations. The methods used to gather, like I said, were the pretest and post-test, observations, and surveys. It was obtained, the data will be obtained by the pretest administrator, the 8-week instructional period, and the surveys and observations. For the implications, I just put that it can help educators integrate technology effectively in early learning, and it will support student growth while minimizing the risks. And for our limitations, it's only one school, so the results may not be generalized. It's also a short study, it's 8 weeks, so we have a good short-term effects, but we might not get good long-term effects, and, the student's prior technology exposure will vary depending on student, depending on the grade. And then here are just 5 of the references I used, and then that is everything. Thank you.